Nothing like football bloody hell, I guess that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been in many ways a crazy season for us, a remarkable season. We're now on 39 points. Try to keep focus on winning the next game and end as high as possible. With coming up through the playoff final, lowest budget, all that. I think we can still remember to say that in a day like this. And then on top of that, I never managed to have that the other almost 3 seasons I've been in charge of the Bees. That I can't remember a lot of. I don't think there's been any. I can't remember last minute winners. We have 3 this season, and we had 2 more where we scored the last 7 or 8 minutes against Villa and Burnley. For the winners, and I think there was some stat from our media department that said we scored 13 goals in the last 15 minutes through the season, which are remarkable stats, and shows a lot about 2 things. I think we are unbelievable fit. That means we keep going throughout the game, and the character and mentality of the group of players is, remarkable.
Thomas, you've always had a few great weeks. Beat Chelsea, beating West Ham, but winning the game in that way, especially after Watford came so close to coming back and winning it themselves, how much sort of sweeter does that make them feel going to the next game?
I think it's. I think you're spot on, because in football it's very rarely that you have these top performers and then win week after week. There's also days where you are a 6, 7 out of 10 in terms of performance, and I think that was today. I think first half we are a tiny bit better than Watford without being fantastic. Second half, Watford had the momentum and were a little bit more on top of the game without creating massive chances, opportunities. I think the only chance they had was the goal, and then that double chance, which actually was offside. But they still had momentum. Definitely, I thought they were more on top of the game than us. But I felt that there was still something in the game. I think there was a very good situation 5 minutes before the goal, where I think Rico put a cross in where it's like this, where it doesn't hit Brian, a free header in the box. So there was moments of that. But to score in the end in these games is fantastic feeling.
And how's Ethan doing?
A hamstring injury. We don't know how bad it is or how good it is. We will assess him Monday.
Yeah, congratulations, Thomas. Just following up on Ethan, can I just check how Sergi and Zanka are doing?
Yeah, Sergi, minor hamstring injury as well. Hopefully available soon. I don't know, we're talking about a few weeks, hopefully. Zanka got a minor muscle injury in the thigh, as I remember, but we don't know yet. He actually went out of training. It was Thursday or Friday, I can't remember. So I'll know more Monday or next week to be more certain on that one.
Obviously, you know that you like celebrating after a game all the time, anyways. But just those scenes at the end where you went over with Pontus and everyone was singing Pontus Jansson's Magic, he wears a magic hat. 39 points. Does this finally feel like the moment where safety is secured and you can kind of look ahead to next season?
I think the thing we celebrated was actually more the win and the last minute winner. And the reason why I took Pontus was, of course, because he scored, and I think he done so many great things for this club since he decided to. What a journey! He decided to come here, going right from Leeds to a smaller club, and we have been fantastic the last 3 years, I think. And that's not only because of Pontus or other players or me or David. All of us have done a fantastic job. But of course, he deserves praise for that. In terms of I'm very pleased for the 39 point. Of course, very pleased. It's a tricky one because we always wanted to be an asset to the Premier League. We always wanted to be as high as possible or in as high as possible. Always wanted to focus on the next game and really have that laser focus. And I think that's why we are on 39 points now. That's why it did well. We did well in the beginning. That's why we came through the wobble. That's why we're doing very well now. That only focus on the next training or next game. I'm just happy that we are on a decent amount of points, but I want more.
So obviously, you kind of mentioned about some of the last-minute winners and some of the late goals and things like that. I remember at the beginning of the season, a lot of people were talking about you know, the squad was quite young, that there wasn't a lot of Premier League experience in it, and now you look at, you know, 39 points, 3 wins in a row in the Premier League for the first time. You know, that opening day of the season just before, could you kind of have imagined the journey that the entire club's gone on over the last 8-9 months?
No, I think I did. To be fair, I had a big belief in us before the season. I said that to many people, so Chris definitely can witness that or agree on that. But I never had a target. We don't have an internal target. It's, you know, very transparent. We're speaking what I'm saying here. So I didn't know what to expect, actually, to be fair. I didn't know how high we could end or how difficult it will be. But I'm very pleased that we are where we are now.
Hi Thomas.
Hi.
Christian Eriksen was superb again today, obviously for the winner. I mean, have you been surprised at just how quickly he's been able to get back to the level that we've seen him after most of his career?
Yeah. To be fair, if I'm a little bit harsh, I don't think he was that good today. I think he was very influential with a top delivery for the goal. And of course, you need big players to step up for the moment and produce that goal. He's working extremely hard for the team. Of course, again, he took some passes out and he distributed the ball well. But still a few times where if I ask him, he would be a little bit angry at himself that he didn't do better or took a better decision. And definitely a few shots from outside the box where normally he's an even bigger threat. So a solid game without there's more in him.
I was going to say, I suppose from what you're saying, it sounds like there's a lot more to come.
Yeah. I think, for example, the West Ham game, I think he played extremely well. Burnley game, very well. Norwich, fine. Chelsea, a good game. You know, so of course he's performing at a good level, more or less every time.
Well done, Mads Beck Sorensen as well. Obviously came in quite a difficult circumstance today with Pinnock's injury. Now, pleased with the way you with him, the way you kind of adapted to the challenge. Very,
very pleased for Matt. I think he deserved praise because, you know, it's not easy to be a little bit down in the picking order in terms of, you know, Ethan Pontus playing, then, you know, decide to choose Sanka in front of him because he's done well, maybe slightly more experienced, and then wait for your chance. And then, you know, last week, if Sanka wasn't been injured, probably I put Sanka on the pitch instead of Ethan. And now you've got a minor injury, so you need to take your chances and be ready when you're called upon. And he's done that very well. Trained with a very good mentality, top professional every day.
Right, should we move on to Monday now? Mike.